Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. Welcome to Mondays with Mom. I'm here with my mom live on Mondays at 9 a.m. This is Debbie. We've been at it for
6 years.
Yeah, we started June of 2020. So June of 26 years.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, don't go back and watch our first ones.
Yeah, please.
Welcome, and as you are popping on here, please give us a thumbs up and share the video out if you can. We would appreciate that. I went through my wood. I had a lot of wood, and this is on the website. Eric put this on the website. If you're interested in doing the project we do today, these are the trays we're going to be using. They are 16-inch rounds, and they're about 1 inch deep on the side. So Eric will put the link in our comments to these, and along with the other products we're using. So we are going to get started with that. Okay, Mom is going to be painting her tray white, and it's going to be in the Cottage color by DIY Paint. This is the built-in top coat. The Cottage colors have a built-in top coat. I love the way they go on. They're not their normal clay base. They are more of like a mineral paint, I think. But the top coat's in there, but the key is you've got to stir that. Have you been doing that? So the DIY Dark and Decrepit can be used as a stain, and I'm going to brush it on and wipe it off. And that helps get the algorithm going on Facebook to push it out there. All the products are on mamabearblue.com, and if you're local, they're in my booth at Franklin, at Farm Girl Mercantile, 436 East Jefferson Street. And Southport Antique Mall, and that's at 2028 East Southport Road in Indianapolis. I'm going to let you get started on yours. Yeah. So I think on Mom's with this, yeah, it's mixed up enough.
Which brush?
We are going to, this is a good one.
Okay.
Just do kind of a wash with that. We're not going to do like a solid, doesn't have to be solid white. So I think we're going to see what one coat looks like and go from there. All right, I will get started on this one. When I'm putting on the Dark and Decrepit, I don't want too much to soak in too fast, so I'm going to do a little bit and wipe it off because I want to be able to see the grain of the wood through this, and I don't want it to be super dark. And it's going to soak in quickly to this unfinished pine. And in the meantime, I am going to work on braiding that handle. We'll go ahead and talk about handles.
Okay.
All right. So an idea I had was to take, you can buy this at the Dollar Tree. They're like jute rope, but it's thick. It's like got three things twisted together. But if I tried to just use this as a handle on the sides, it would come untwisted.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about going ahead and untwisting some and braiding.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a rustic look. So it's an option
We
for
like
handles.
rustic.
What I could not find were my upholstery tacks. So that's something I would have to get. But I thought, well, this tray's drying. I might go ahead and braid.
And see if
and because I don't know how long I need these, I'm going to give myself plenty. So I'm just untwisting them. I can remember how to braid. I'm going to tie these in a knot on one end.
I used to do a lot of reading.
I know you did. Mom had 3 girls with a lot
of hair.
A lot of hair. Still have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
All right. I have a knot in one. That didn't work. I got one that slipped out. Oh, Eric posted that the sample jar colors that they released are White Swan, Apothecary, Walk on Water, Bohemian Blue, Blue Iris, Monet's Garden, Queen Bee, Petticoat Pink, Mint Chip, Kissing Booth, Little Black Dress, and Cowgirl Coral. So those are the ones that we have in sample sizes, and they are $7, and he will get those up soon on them. Probably be easier if I had something to like hold this down while something heavy. to hold it down while I do this.
You want me to hold it?
No, I got this. Let's put it through here. Maybe. I'm going to end up cutting that knot off anyway. But if you can tack it down to something, that would probably help. I'm going to end up braiding it onto here and then cutting it off. It's okay though. Make do. I'm just going to do it like a loose braid. And then I'll be able to, if I decide to use these little handles, it's okay. Just don't worry about it. Leave it.
But I don't think the rest of it's going to come off as easy.
We'll figure it out. The ones that you guys order are not going to have that, because I'm going to, if I see that, I'm going to take that off before shipment. Yeah, that's not happening. So I'm just doing a loose braid, and I will find my upholstery tacks, and that's what I plan to use to put them on. When I do that, I will use a little bit of hot glue on the upholstery tack before I tack it in. These will be cute. Look.
It will be cute.
Not sure. All right, so we have a little braid made out of the Dollar Tree jute. I'm just gonna not handle it too much because I don't want it to come unraveled, but I will tie off these ends. I'll show you. I'll tie off these ends, and then that can create the little handle if we decide we want to use that. So that's handle option number 1. And I'll show you guys number 2. That'll be a little rustic look. And then I would secure this with hot glue on both ends and then use the upholstery tacks into the wood and secure them with more as well. Okay. All right, so that's our handle option number 1. The other idea I have used belts before from Goodwill as handles. So anyway, I would cut a strip of this leather, or probably really not real leather, vinyl, and I don't want it that thick for these small of trays, so I probably would try to cut a straight line and do a small one with upholstery tacks, and that would make a cute handle as well. I've done. All right. So on these, you picked yours out, right? Did you pull it out?
It's over here.
Okay. Mom already chose hers. Now I'm going to see what. I know that I have used sunflowers before over dark and decrepit, and they're gorgeous. So I might just.
Ooh, that's pretty, yeah.
I think the sunflower might be what I'm doing. Again, there's 8 pages in this Flowers by the Poets transfer, but I really love that sunflower. Let me see if there's any other sunflowers hidden throughout this. Lots of pretty little birds. Yep, there's more. I'm going to cut these.
Should I cut?
Yeah, go ahead and cut the
see.
whole swag out. Yeah, move this out of the way. Put the lid back on your paint. As I was saying, the sunflowers always look really pretty up against the dark and decrepit stain, which is what I've done my tray in. And the IOD transfers, if you haven't used them before, you can cut them up, you can overlap them. As you apply them, you can overlap them and kind of create your own designs. Let's see what we can do with this. Gotta cut that off so it's not so awkward. There we go. So I have that sunflower, and I also have this one on here. And this is the Flowers by the Poets.
Well, this fits now.
I know, yeah. I thought that looked pretty. That it just needed a little bit taken off that one end, but we'll.
I didn't though. Do you want me to take this off?
I feel like it curves up a little too
much.
Yeah, just take take that vine off and then reposition it a little bit, and then we can overlap the vine back in.
Okay.
I just need to trim off this little guy here, the extra sunflower bloom. I am going to still use it, but okay. Thanks, Eric. I needed it to fit just a little better. I'm going to cut this leaf a little.
Okay, do I want it like this?
Yeah, I think that's good. Because we can always add in some flowers if it looks like we need to balance things out.
Okay.
I think that'll be good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and commit to this.
That's the hard
So the
part.
backing was off,
Yeah.
and now it's down, and that's where it has to stay. And then we're going to use our transfers. There's yours. The stick that comes with the IOD transfers. And I'm going over the whole thing, and then I'm going to start on one side and work my way across. Okay. The Dark and Decrepit that I used to stain this, it's basically a tinted top coat. And you can, it works as a stain. I could keep layering this up and make it darker and darker, but because of that built-in top coat and we dried it well, these transfers adhere very easily to it, and same should be with that.
It should be.
It has the
Depends on
built-in
who's
top coat.
behind the stick.
Well, you're getting it. You're getting it. Oh, I love this sunflower. If you see a little bit left on this carrier paper, just lay it back down. And try again. So that is good. Pretty, pretty. Okay, I'm going to use a clean t-shirt and just gently go over this.
I'll be here a while.
Let's see.
Some of it doesn't want to.
Where's it not
making me mad?
Don't rub too hard on the spots that it's making you mad. There we go. Sometimes you got to pinpoint it with just the edge of the thingy. Got it. Okay. So these two little pieces that I have left, I'm going to overlap and get I don't want to waste them. So, and go back on. So I'm not sure if we'll get many people on here. I don't. But like I said, it will be edited and up on YouTube for the tutorial. That's so pretty. Okay. Again, Flowers by the Poets is this transfer, 8 pages, and this is the sunflowers on the Dark and Decrepit. I love that. I really love this. Very summery. So I'm going to go ahead and put more of the sunflower on. I think I'll put that right up in the corner. I think it would be pretty to have some kind of text on this tray.
Have what?
Some of the text, whether it's a full poem or just, there's just some words. That'd be pretty on this. If you guys are watching on the replay, be sure to let me know. And if you have any questions at all, I'd be happy to help you. And then all the supplies, as usual, are at mamabearblue.com. Do that class, we're going to be making the planters like I did the last class at Farm Girl. The little 5x5 planters, we're going to use some stencils and transfers.
They turned out really
Yeah, they did. The ladies in that last class did a really good job. All my scraps. Put a couple more flowers on and find some text, and then see how that braided handle is going to look on this. So I'm not going to do that. See, these are dark, and I have a dark tray, and I don't, it would be so subtle on here that I'm not sure it would show up, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no.
I don't know. I guess I could. That doesn't look horrible, but it's not, it's, I don't know, guys.
Can you
Better
try
than I
this one?
thought, but I mean, you can still read that, can't
Yeah.
you? I'm gonna go for it. It's fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I'm just making sure those all those words are sticking well. Okay. See if you guys can see it. That'll be, I don't know if you will or not with this camera angle, but it's real subtle. Looks pretty though. Very pretty. And I might end up putting a couple more of the sunflower transfers around or layer them up, but I wanted to just remind you guys about these handles where I braided the jute from Dollar Tree. See how that would look if I could get the upholstery tacks to look on that.
That would look nice.
Jute. Then you'd have, just make sure that you would use some E6000 might be good too to use on the upholstery tack. As you know, put it on the tack and on where you're tacking it into. So I'll post some pictures of that once we get some pretty tacks. You guys can see that would look like. Just an idea. Make it look a little more rustic. Okay, let's talk about how when we get to the point where we won't do it on here, but how we want to finish these. I think what I'll do is, this already had the built-in top coat on it on this part, but because we applied the transfer, I would definitely want to put a couple coats of the DIY Big Top. And this is a sealer I use a lot, so we'll probably put a couple coats on that and make sure that transfer is well sealed. And we'll do the same on Mom's tray. I might go ahead and show them yours.
Okay.
And we can get that done.
After,
I love, so Mom's, I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to get that fixed. So she used white linen with the built-in top coat from DIY Paint, and then we have the flowers from the transfer, and that is gorgeous. And we might, with yours, after we seal it with the big top.
See, there's this.
That's pretty. I like that one. This one, right?
Yeah.
There's two poems there.
The flowers.
Daisy and the Sweet Rose.
Yeah.
Which you've got both in what you've done there.
So you don't need this one?
I might. I probably would choose one or the other of the Daisy or the Sweet Rose poems. That's a lot of text, I feel like. But
well, what do you think?
I think Sweet Rose is probably the Sweet Rose. But we can think about it because we'll probably yeah, the 29th maybe? Yes, it is because the first is a Wednesday. It'd be June 29th. We'll be back then at 9:30 for another Mondays with Mom. Thanks, guys. We will see you then. Bye.